This winter is shaping up to be another record breaker for Amazon. Experts peg that the e-commerce giant could get up to 40% of e-commerce sales during the holiday shopping season. Now that might sound like it would be really great for Amazon's bottom line, but the reality is that the e-commerce company doesn't really make that much on its e-commerce operations. I'm Dylan Lewis from The Motley Fool, and in this video we're going to break down Amazon's e-commerce operations, the real cash cows for the business, and how it all works together to create a wonderful ecosystem for consumers and Amazon. To do that, we hopped into Bezos, a conference room at Motley Fool HQ named after the Amazon CEO, and I'm joined by my cardboard box friend over here, a tribute from all of the packages that fools have ordered from Amazon. First 9 months of 2019, Amazon has done over $100 billion in product sales, $109 billion to be exact. Now that may seem like a big number, but it's less than what Walmart sells in product in a single quarter. Getting down to how much Amazon actually makes on those product sales is a little tricky. They don't break things out on an operating income basis for strictly product sales, so instead we have to look at how they do break out their business. There's 3 segments: North America, International, and AWS, or Amazon Web Services. North America and International are primarily e-commerce operations, so it's mostly product sales, but they also have some services revenue that comes in thanks to their Prime memberships, as well as the streaming options and some of the other things that they've bundled into their e-commerce platform. So far in 2019, the North America segment has produced $5 billion in operating income on $117 billion in sales. And the international segment has lost $1 billion in operating income on $50 billion in sales. Put another way, the North America segment has about 4% margins. But those margins aren't just product sales. There's also services that go into it, namely the advertising services that Amazon has rolled into their platform over the last couple years. Some people estimate that the advertising business for Amazon is worth about $10 billion per year, and that revenue is far higher margin than anything that would happen on the retail side. So that 4% number is kind of subsidized. It totally makes sense that Amazon is a low margin provider in the space. Jeff Bezos is famously attributed with the quote, "Your margin is my opportunity." The company has intensely focused on customer satisfaction and made things like 2-day shipping table stakes for anyone in retail. Here's a clip of Jeff Bezos explaining his ideology on the Motley Fool radio show back in 1999.
If you can be a customer company, and sometimes people ask us, are you a book company or a music company, or now are you a toy company, and we're none of those things. We're trying to be a customer company, and you can sort of uniquely do that well on the internet because of the possibilities for personalization and putting each individual customer at the center of your universe. And if you can do that, you'll have something completely new.
The intense customer focus that Amazon has gotten it to the point where it has 40% market share when it comes to online shopping. That's incredible, but it's also very expensive to do what they've done. You have all these infrastructure costs, all these shipping and logistics costs. That build out does not come cheap. So where does the actual money come from for Amazon? AWS is one of the lesser known parts of Amazon's business, but it does the heavy lifting when it comes to Amazon's finances. This segment specializes in cloud infrastructure, basically providing people all the tools they need to stand something up online, and it has dominated this space. Market share estimates put AWS's market share at 50%, leaving other providers like Microsoft's Azure and Google Cloud in the dust. And the segment has done $6 billion in operating income so far in 2019 on about $25 billion in sales. To put that in perspective, $1 in sales of AWS revenue is worth $6 in e-commerce revenue. That's pretty incredible. AWS started out with a couple engineers from Amazon thinking about how they could make the company's IT infrastructure more simple and efficient. As they were doing so, they realized that this might be a very valuable offering, infrastructure as a service, that they could sell out in the marketplace, so they decided to pitch it to Jeff Bezos. Bezos loved the idea, and it's no surprise why. It fits into his ideology about the company seizing all things online as an opportunity. Here he is again in 1999 explaining his philosophy.
This is one of the most unusual business events of all time, sort of what's happening as a result of the internet, this big dislocation that's caused, and a sort of insurmountable opportunity.
Bezos has always looked at all things online as green space, unseized opportunity and unrealized value, and so he's pushed Amazon to play in every market that they can. Now, AWS is one of the company's most high-profile successes, but if you look at how the company operates, it's pretty clear there are gonna be other ones to follow. If you can name a space, there's a chance that Amazon plays in it. The company has already invested heavily in things like streaming, smart home, and logistics, and they've also acquired things that they haven't been able to internally incubate. Groceries, Amazon owns Whole Foods. Video game streaming, Amazon owns Twitch. Even in the prescription drug market, it owns PillPack. There's no space that Amazon doesn't hop into. On their own, all of these things are great offerings, but together they reinforce the strength of each other. You think about it, if you're a Prime member, you have 2-day shipping, but you also get discounts at Whole Foods, and you can access the streaming library that Amazon has set up. Down the road, you could see them nudging people over to Twitch streaming, or possibly pushing them closer and closer to PillPack. It's all part of the Amazon empire and the Amazon plan. Some shoppers might be familiar with the idea of a loss leader. It's a product that a store is willing to sell at break even or possibly even lose money on in order to get people to the store with the hopes that they'll buy more once they're there. That's kind of what Amazon's retail operations are. They make a slim margin, but what they really do is get people into the Amazon ecosystem. Once they're there, the company is able to realize more and more money from them. And the data bears that out. Estimates from CIRP say that Prime members spend on average twice as much as non-Prime members with Amazon, and those with Alexa-enabled devices spend even more than Prime members. You can call e-commerce the gateway for Amazon, and while we'll generally think of e-commerce as having arrived already, it only makes up about 10 to 15% of US retail. That's good news for Jeff Bezos and company because it means there's a lot more green field ahead. 40% of online sales go to Amazon. What percentage of Austin Morgan's holiday shopping is going to Amazon?
Roughly 100%.
Just roughly.
Just roughly. I don't. The malls, the stores, crowded. Pass.
So here's the thing. My mom's a Prime member, and I mooch on her Prime account.
Oh, me too.
So I can't order the gifts for her.
So you can actually make a satellite account that she can't see.
Oh man.
Yeah, you get all the benefits. Different address.
All this time I thought I was teaching you about Amazon.
No, here I am.
You're teaching me. There's gonna be a day where they're like, no more.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Them, Netflix,
Yeah.
Hulu, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great holiday, man.
You too.
Thanks for watching the video, folks. As always, we want to know your thoughts. Specifically, what's on your holiday shopping list, and what are your thoughts on Prime? Drop them down in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, please like the video. It helps Austin and I do this stuff, and we love doing these kinds of videos. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you get one every single time we post a new one. Until next time, Fool on.